emelu, amala onye dị mma na onye dị njọ. Asị na anya na-afụ obi, asị na anya na-afụ ime obi.
Once upon a time, there lived a woman named Chetachi. Her friends called her Cheta. Cheta was married to a man named Inamdi. Inamdi was a very, very wealthy man. He had lots of businesses. As such, his people expected him to have many sons. Unfortunately, Cheta could not give him any children. They had been married for 3 years and no children. Now this troubled Cheta a lot, and she told her friend Mma, Cheta, so for 3 years I've been here sitting down doing nothing. What can I do now, Mma? What can I do? I've been to all the herbalists. I've been to all the native doctors. Everybody said we are both okay. What can I do again? So you want to be sitting down here and your husband will take a second wife? Didn't they tell you that he is now following Adaku? Hey! Cheta was so upset. But as her friend has said, her husband Nnamdi married Adaku as his second wife. And to everybody's surprise, Adaku took in. She became pregnant. Now, Nnamdi loved Cheta less. He did not treat her well, and he treated Adaku like a queen. Adaku was a symbol that his manhood was still intact. Adaku tormented Cheta, calling her a barren woman and telling her to leave. She was good for nothing. Cheta was as good as marrying a man. Cheta felt heartbroken. Nnamdi did not want to chase her out. After all, once upon a time, Cheta was his first love. However, he did not invite Cheta to any outings anymore. He took Adaku everywhere, presenting Adaku to everyone as his wife. Cheta will cry and cry and cry. Did I not warn you? Mma, her friend said. Have you seen it? Instead of you to act fast. Act fast how, Mma? Act fast how? What could I have done? Now see. This woman he married, in less than 4 months, she's already pregnant. Okay, don't worry. This night, I'll take you to someone. Who? Mma, who? Who else can I go to? I've been to all the native doctors here. There is a man that I know in the other village. He stays deep in the forest. It is a long, long journey. But if you're willing, I will take you. I am willing, Cheta said. I am willing. What other choice do I have? So the following night, they set out deep into the forest in the Aguma village. The journey took days, but they finally got there. Once there, Mma and Cheta knelt before the Ezemo. He was a very evil and powerful man, very old. He had lived for many years. He looked like a spirit. What do you want, my child? And then Cheta told him everything that had happened to her. And she told the man that all she wanted was a child. So the man gave her something to eat. He told her that she should eat it every day at 3 p.m. And then on the 7th day, she'll be pregnant. Cheta did not believe that it would be as simple as that. But not to offend the man, she took the substance and went home. After 7 days, she became pregnant. Cheta was so shocked she couldn't believe it. More shocked was her husband and Adaku. But as the months passed, it was indeed confirmed that Cheta was pregnant. Cheta, the one that had been called barren, the one that was called dry land, and the one that people had forgotten, was now pregnant. Nnamdi was overjoyed because, after all, Cheta was his first love. Her happiness meant he was happy. But Adaku was jealous. Now Adaku said her own child would be the first child, the one to inherit everything in the end. That her own child would be a son. But Cheta laughed and said, "Let's see." Now, one day, Mma came to visit her friend Cheta. See how you're shining now. My dear, what can I do? The gods have answered. The gods have answered. So finally now, the gods have answered. If not for me, you will still be sitting down here crying. My dear, thank you so much. Now, as they spoke, Cheta called one of the maids to bring a drink for her friend Mma. But when the maid went in to bring the drink, Adaku slapped her and told her not to enter the kitchen. The girl ran out and cried. She told her madam Cheta what had happened. "What do you mean by Adaku slapped you?" "Cheta, has it gotten this bad?" her friend Emma asked. It's okay, I don't want to drink, it's okay." "No, now. No." As Cheta was about to call out Adaku came into the parlor and said, "Yes, I did not allow her to enter because I was inside cooking. When it is your turn, you enter." "Nonsense." Adaku hissed and walked out. Now Cheta told him how Adaku has changed her tactics. She tries to now frustrate Cheta. Now she could not call Cheta a barren woman because now Cheta is pregnant. But what she would do now is to frustrate Cheta at every turn. She was jealous of her because now Nnamdi was paying attention to her as well. "Just leave her, my dear," her friend Emma said. "Leave her alone. Her wickedness will kill her." Now, because Cheta at this time was heavily pregnant, she didn't want to trouble herself with this type of things. In her heart of hearts, she wished that Adaku would leave and go. Since she came into the family, Adaku had been a source of pain and torment to her. Now that she was pregnant, at least she could hold her head up high. But still, if only the gods could answer her prayers and get rid of this Adaku, she said. That night, Cheta slept. The following morning, when she woke up to screams from Adaku's room. Adaku's own maid ran out and shouted, "Come and help me, come and help me. My madam has died." Nnamdi and Cheta ran to Adaku's room, and indeed, Adaku was on the bed, her legs and hands apart, and blood coming out from her tummy. Everyone screamed. It was a very horrible sight. Who could have done this to her? Her belly was opened like a broken coconut. They called the native doctor, and they confirmed that Adaku was killed. However, it was a very evil, powerful creature that must have killed her. But what kind of creature will enter a home and kill only Adaku and not the others? They tried to investigate to find out what happened, but no one could find the solution. No one knew what happened. And so Adaku and her baby were buried. Her family was very upset, blaming Nnamdi for not taking care of their daughter. But they couldn't prove anything. No one had entered Adaku's room that day except for the maid. The incident was buried and everybody moved on. A few weeks later, Nma came to see her friend, Cheta. "Nma, hey, Cheta, I said let me come and see you. I heard what happened though. Can you imagine? You say she just died like that." "Nma, I was sleeping though. The next thing I was hearing her maid screaming. That is how I stood up from my bed and ran to see what was happening. And there she was. They just spread her like sacrificial lamp. Blood everywhere. We couldn't even see her face. But who will have done that? Ma asked. If you ask me, who will I ask, Ma? That is how we saw it. Thank God my husband was here with me. If not, they will have accused me of killing the girl. Hmm. Anyway, thank God she has gone. No. You can't say that in public. But at least now I can live in peace. I'm happy for you at least, though. Now, this incident passed. During this time, Cheta had continued her restaurant business, using it as a form of exercise so that she could walk around. In any case, she had few girls serving for her. So now, the following week, her husband told her, since she was now the only wife he had who was pregnant, he wanted a very powerful herbalist to come and see how she is doing and how the baby is doing. Very soon she'll be due, and he did not want any complications. Cheta was very happy that her husband cared about her well-being. So the herbalist was sent for and he came. Immediately the herbalist saw Cheta. He told Cheta, Madam, you're pregnant with twin boys. Ha! Nnamdi was so happy. Twin boys? Hey, the gods have answered my prayer, he said. Cheta was so happy. Not just one, but two? The gods have done it. Now the herbalist came closer and he began to touch Cheta's tummy to see how the babies were doing. But immediately he screamed and moved back. What is wrong? Cheta asked him. Then the herbalist looked at her tummy and said, No, it cannot be. What do you mean it cannot be? Nnamdi asked him. He went closer and touched the belly again. And then he screamed and removed his hand. Now Cheta was so worried. What is it? What is the problem? Did anything happen to my babies? The herbalist did not speak. He said, No, nothing. In fact, okay. Everything is okay. Are you sure? Nnamdi asked him. He said, Yes. Everything is okay. I have to leave now. Are you sure you're okay? Cheta asked him. And he said, yes, it's fine. He had to leave immediately. And so the herbalist left. Nnamdi and Cheta were so surprised. Throughout that day and the night, they kept talking about the incident. But Cheta said she felt okay. The babies were still kicking. Nothing was wrong. She didn't feel any pain. Okay. Maybe tomorrow we'll go back to him and see what really happened. Now, the next day, Nnamdi was the one that went to get the herbalist again. By the time he got to the herbalist's compound, he saw a whole crowd at the herbalist's place. Today he seems very busy. Will he have time to come and see Cheta? But as he got closer, he saw that the people there were not there to see the herbalist, but they were shouting and crying. What happened? Nnamdi asked one of them. And one of the bystanders told him that they came to see the herbalist this morning, but to their surprise, he had died. He was hanging on the tree in his compound. And Nnamdi screamed, hanging. Did he kill himself? Now, no one knew whether he killed himself or not. But the man was hanging over a tree, dead. No one knew what had happened. No one saw anybody entering his compound. Nothing. And so the herbalist was buried. This shocked Nnamdi and Cheta. Cheta began to suspect that something was really wrong, but she couldn't understand it. Now, the following week, she was in her restaurant. This was supposed to be her final day before she went to rest at home until she gives birth. She was due at any moment. As they were leaving, she heard one of her girls arguing with a customer. The customer had eaten a meal and refused to pay what the girl was telling her to pay. She was shouting and causing trouble and told the young girl to get her madam immediately. And then Cheta came. The woman began to shout at Cheta, "How can you be charging us so much money for this small food?" Cheta was explaining to the woman that this is how much the food costs. The next thing, the woman shouted at her, "Get out, you stupid woman. I will not pay this money. Let me see what you're going to do. Do you think it's because you're pregnant? Try me and see what will happen." Cheta, not wanting any problem, let the woman go. "Let her go," she told her girls. "It's okay, it's just money." Cheta packed up and went home. She told the girls what they'll be doing every day until she comes back from her maternity leave. She was going to give birth and then rest for a few weeks before she came back. If the girls had any problem, they should come to her home and tell her. And so that night, Cheta went home and slept. However, the next morning, when Cheta and Nnamdi woke up, they saw one of the girls in her restaurant at her door with a few men. What happened?" Cheta asked the girl. And the girl told her that the woman who shouted at her yesterday had died overnight. Hey! Now, fear gripped Cheta. Something was really wrong. The men the girl had come with were the royal guards, and they were asking her questions. And Cheta explained that she did not touch the woman. The woman did not even touch her. She was pregnant and did not want to escalate the situation, so she told the woman to leave. That was all that happened. That was all? You didn't touch her? "No, I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her." "Well, madam, it's strange. You argued with the woman yesterday night and this morning she's dead. What did you say to her?" "I didn't say anything, sir. Nothing came out of my mouth. I just told this woman to leave." Rumor began to go around the village that Cheta was a witch. Anyone who had an argument with her died. Hey! Cheta became worried. Nnamdi himself was worried. From Adaku dying to the herbalist dying, and now this customer. He began to suspect that something was wrong. But what could it be? Now, Nnamdi, being a man who was very spiritually conscious, told this incident to his mother. His mother was a very old woman. Then the mother said, "Something is wrong, Nnamdi. We need to go and see your uncle. Your uncle is a very powerful man, you know this. He will tell us what is happening." And so, Nnamdi's mother took him and they went to see his uncle. And they told the uncle everything that had happened. And the man explained that Nnamdi was sleeping with a snake, an evil creature, not just an ordinary snake. Nnamdi screamed, "My wife Teta is a snake? No, not my son. Your wife has eaten something that she should not have eaten." The man explained that Cheta had to confess where she went to. She had gone somewhere and an evil man had given her something to eat. What Cheta did not know was when her friend took her to that place, she, Cheta, was already pregnant. She was already pregnant for a son. When she ate that thing, the evil spirit entered into her. Now, the evil spirit had taken the shape of a baby and is waiting to be born. Once that baby is born, it will kill Nnamdi's own child. Because Nnamdi's child is suffering inside Cheta's tummy. The evil spirit is corrupting it, sucking the life out of Nnamdi's son. Nnamdi screamed, "How could Cheta do this?" "No, my son, do not blame her." Out of desperation, she followed her evil friend Mma to that place. Mma has always wanted you, and she wanted to destroy Cheta to get her out of the way. That is what has happened, my son. Now you have to be very careful. If that evil spirit inside Cheta's tummy suspects that you are after it, it will kill you. That evil spirit has been killing everyone who has been against Cheta. Be very careful, my son. Otherwise, before you take action, you will be dead. Now, when Nnamdi and his mother were thinking, what could they do? What could they do? The uncle told them that they should go deep into the forest and they will see a woman. That woman is one of the oldest healers in their family lineage. Tell the woman that I sent you and tell her that you need the substance that can drive away an evil spirit from inside a person's body. So Nnamdi went deep into the evil forest. Throughout his journey, he began to blame himself for putting too much pressure on Cheta. If he had not put too much pressure on her, maybe she wouldn't have gone this far to be pregnant. Once he saw the woman, he explained everything to her, and the woman gave him a red flower. He should put it inside something that Cheta will eat. Once she eats it, the evil spirit will come out of her like a snake. And during this time, the evil spirit will try to kill the child. So, Nnamdi should get midwives. Very, very experienced midwives who will help him deliver his baby so that the baby will not die as the snake is coming out. But the problem was, how are they going to give Cheta this thing to eat without the evil spirit in her suspecting? Nnamdi went back home, and once he got home, he did not tell his wife anything. Cheta was happy that he was back. Now Nnamdi would cook for her and do things for her. Cheta did not suspect anything. She was so happy that her husband was loving and caring. It was during this time that he put the flower in her tea. And immediately Cheta drank it. She went into great pain. The midwives that Nnamdi had arranged immediately came out. There were 4 of them. 2 were assigned in capturing the snake as it came out, and the other 2 were assigned in taking out the baby, the good baby. And so it was. Cheta screamed and screamed and screamed. She was in so much pain. In her mind, she thought she was going into labor, but the pain was too much. The first thing that came out of Cheta was a very, very long, thick python. Hi! Cheta screamed. She screamed. The midwives pulled it and pulled it and pulled it. The thing was fighting, trying to eat them. But because they were experienced midwives selected by Nnamdi's uncle, they knew what to do. Immediately the python came out completely. They threw the python inside a hot boiling oil pot. The snake screamed and then died inside it. The other 2 midwives began to bring out the baby. Once the baby came out, he started to cry. And then Nnamdi began to cry. Finally, his son had come out, and the son was still alive.
Afunkonye chelo, amalunkonye melo, amalonye dimbano onye dinjo. Asinanya na fobi, asinanya na free mobi. Afunkonye chelo.